Welcome. You're listening to Leaders Lounge live and unmuted with Steve Hamilton. Today, so many leaders are feeling stuck, isolated, and uninspired. This podcast will help you master your framework, connect with the community of leaders, and reignite the devotion for what you do. Some of the brightest leaders of today will be joining the conversation, sharing the joys of leadership, their vision of the future, uncovering blind spots and pitfalls, as well as what they do to maintain their footing. If you're looking for candid conversation, this is the podcast for you. Help us by staying connected and subscribe to YouTube as well as SteveHamiltonMinistries.com. Now let's get started.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Leaders Lounge. We are grateful and thankful for each of you that are joining us and part of the session this week. And we did miss you last week, and but we're glad to be back, and glad to be back with a word of encouragement, with a word just to kind of keep you going, keep you moving forward, keep you progressing. So as you're coming in, feel free to say, praise the Lord, say something, let us know that you're there, but also make sure you like and share and tag your fellow leaders. Sometimes we receive good stuff and we have to make sure we share it with as many people as possible, because just as you're going through, another leader is probably going through the same thing. So they need this word, need to be encouraged, need to be blessed. And I wanted to talk this week with you briefly from the idea of whatever you do, don't quit. Just don't quit, y'all. Keep going, keep on moving forward. We are in a kind of the baseball terms, the dog days of summer. It's getting, it's been a long season, and we're in the dog days of the year. We're in a tough time where you're kind of feeling a press in your spirit. You're feeling a bit worn down. Summer is almost coming to an end, but you've been going through a lot. And a lot of us, for many of us, the year has been kind of heavy. It's been a just tough year. A lot of loss, a lot of challenges, a lot of storms that you come through. Also, a lot of victories, a lot of wonderful moments as well. But it just begins to wear on you, especially as leaders. We have to keep, being positive, keep staying up, keep encouraging folks around us, and we've been doing that. And I think first of all, you have to sometimes just take some time and appreciate where the Lord has brought you, what the Lord has done for you, and also appreciate the fact that you're still in it. You're still in the mix. You're still making it happen. You get up every day and you push forward, and you kind of help folks along the way. You've been encouraging people, and all the things that you do, as a leader, as a pastor, as a, whatever you're doing, you're just, hey, I'm here. You've been supporting other people, and in doing that, it's a lot where you're saying, I'm supporting other folks, and you're giving, pouring out constantly, right? And after a while, it starts to wear on you. It starts to wear on you in terms of where you're almost pouring from an empty cup. You can't really get anything out of it. You can't pour from an empty vessel. You have to be able to replenish yourself. You have to be able to renew your strength, as the scripture describes it. You have to be able to be restored and refreshed. And so it's in that vein that the Lord dropped this in my spirit. And there are times where, if you're honest, you like, I want to do something else. I like to quit. You don't always feel like being there, to support. You don't always feel like having somebody else's back. And most of the time we can't admit that. But the fact is, we don't always feel, we're not up for it. We're not always, you know, we're not always trying to be there for everybody else. And sometimes you wonder, well, when is it going to be my turn to refresh myself, rest, to also be supported? And so it's in that vein that I wanted to talk to us tonight, to make sure that we understand that, yes, the struggle is real. Yes, the challenges are real. Yes, the pain is real. But at the same time, the Lord's got our back, and we are going to make it. And I want to encourage you that you're going to make it. The first thing I want to just get in your spirit is you are not alone. You are not the only one, but you're going to be able to succeed. You're going to come all the way through everything that you're facing, everything that you're dealing with right now. You're going to come through that. You're going to come through it on top. You have to be able to understand that this is a part of just life. Life is, and as people say, well, life is lifing. Life is life, and life has been lifing for a long time. It's not like it just started early this year. Life has been life, and there are always been challenges. And the reason I say that is you've always been able to come through victorious. You've always met every challenge. You've always overcome it. You've overcome a lot. And every now and then you have to be able to reflect and say, Lord, you brought me through so much. You made a way, you opened doors, and he always does, and he always will. But you have to be encouraged along the way. So I had a thought that I wanted to share with you out of Galatians chapter number 6. And it's very familiar. It's not a Bible study tonight, but I just wanted to, this particular phrase came to my mind and inspired this particular session. And I'm not going to be long, but as Paul was closing his letter to the Galatian church, he was telling them that they had the ability to bear one another's burden. They had the ability to support one another. And he said, and when you're doing that, you're actually fulfilling the law of Christ. He talks about, even in the beginning of the chapter, if you see somebody caught in overtaken in a fault or caught up in something, in any sin, spiritual folks have the ability to restore that person, right? And many of us do that. We do that all the time, not necessarily even if it's just sin. Sometimes you see somebody in a tough situation and you restore, you help, you do whatever you can to encourage them along the way. You have encouraged folks time and time again. You've been there to give folks hugs and to give them support and to send them a note, send them a letter, a card, what have you. You've done that time and time again. That's part of leadership, is being able, when other folks are down, to help lift them up, to help them come through it, even if they're, made some mistakes. You're able to, get back in the game. You kept them in the game. You kept them going. But then it says, you have to be able to restoring them, spirit of meekness. And then he tells them to carry one another's burdens. And in carrying those burdens and supporting other people, you are fulfilling the law of Christ, the law of love. And that's showing love. Sometimes love is not giving folks stuff or doing things for them, but it's just sometimes just supporting them, helping them carry the load that they're carrying. Like the great song by Bill Withers said, "Lean on me." You've been a person that other people can lean on. As a leader, you are that person that when they look at you, they feel like everything is going to be okay. When they look to you, they believe that, all right, yeah, it's going to be all right. We're going to make it. She's here now, so we're going to be all right. We're going to be good. Please like and share this so that somebody else can get this. Wait. They come in. He's here now, so everything's going to be it. They feel more secure and supported because you show up, right? They feel better when you're around. They're better when you are in the room. But and that's a powerful thing. That's it's a blessing to be in that position, or for God to use you in that way, as a leader, and even as a man or woman of God. Just that, for God to be able to have you in that space is a blessing. But then it says, after a while, you're going to each give an account for yourself. And even though you're helping them get through, they're going to be able to give an account for themselves. And they're going to bear with patience their own burden, your own faults, your own shortcomings, your own issues. They all have to deal with that individually. But you're helping them get through. And it's a blessing to be a help, to be a blessing to somebody else. But then Paul gives a thought that you're going to reap what you sow. There's the idea that he introduces about sowing and reaping. And sometimes when you are sowing good stuff, when you are sowing good seed, when you're helping people, you don't get the immediate harvest that you should. All right, let me put it another way. No farmer plants a seed today and then stands there looking at the ground waiting for it to come up. It's going to take time. And the problem with sowing and reaping, and Paul gives the idea, in verse number 70, it says, "Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. He that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting." The Amplified puts it like this: "Do not be deceived, God is not mocked. He will not allow himself to be ridiculed, nor treated with contempt, or allow his precepts to be scornfully set aside. For whatever a man sows, this and this only is what he will reap. For the one who sows to his flesh, his sinful capacity, his worldliness, as his disgraceful impulses, will reap from the flesh ruin and destruction. But the one that sows to the Spirit will from the Spirit reap eternal life." So he's saying, if you are a person that's doing good, you're sowing to your spirit, you're going to reap a harvest from the Spirit. But he that soweth to the flesh will reap corruption. The problem with the sowing and the reaping, the difference is the one that sows to the flesh gets an immediate result. And we like immediate results. We want something to happen right away for us. And so if we sow good seed, we want a good harvest right away. If you're sowing to your flesh, you often get whatever your harvest is right away. And so the one that's sowing to the Spirit, the one that's doing good, the one like you and I that are leaders and that are encouraging people, that are helping people carry their burdens. And now you're at a point of the year, in August of the year, and you're like, I'm tired now, because you've been helping people all along the way. You've been carrying your own, dealing with your own stuff and helping others carry theirs. You've been encouraging people. And so it comes to a point where you are tired, where you are worn out, where you're drained. And the thought comes to you, well, you know what? What's the point? What's the use? I've still got trauma. I still got all this going on. Maybe I should quit. And maybe I should just, I don't know if it's worth it. Hear me. Maybe I'm not sure if this is working. But I want you to write this in the comments. Don't quit. Whatever you do, don't quit. I just don't want you to quit. I don't want you to give up. Don't quit, because you're still moving in the right direction. You're still headed in the right direction. Don't stop sowing because you don't see an immediate harvest. Don't stop giving because you don't see the immediate result. Don't stop being kind because it's not always returned to you. Watch this. He says, you're going to reap what you sow. God is not going to be mocked. But then he says, and here's the key to what I want to talk about. He says, and let us not be weary in well-doing. Let us not be weary in well-doing. For in due season we shall reap if we faint not. Let us not be weary in well-doing. And that's almost, doesn't make sense. How can I be weary if I'm doing good? Right? Because usually we think that doing good in and of itself is going to be worth it all. But you can get tired in doing good. Write that in the comments real quick. So I'm tired. It's okay to admit it. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm, and even if you're doing something that's good, you still can get tired. You will get tired. You get worn out. Let us not be weary in well-doing. The Amplified puts it like this: let us not grow weary or become discouraged in doing good. Let's don't become weary or discouraged in doing good. The reason we get discouraged in doing good is because we don't see. Is it really helping? Is it really, am I really having an impact? You're having more of an impact than you think you are. More people are noticing than you think are noticing. More importantly, God is noticing. Sometimes as leaders, we get caught up in, especially now, we get caught up in likes and responses and who's, is anybody calling, anybody noticing? And sometimes that becomes frustrating when you don't see the traction that you think you should, when you don't get the attention or the response that other people get, when people aren't rushing to help you like they do other folks. So Paul says, don't get tired of doing good. Don't grow weary. Don't get discouraged. And this is a time of year where we start to get a little discouraged. Because now I'm still tired and worn out and I'm weary, but now I got to make a push to close, to finish strong this year. So he says, don't get weary or in well-doing. And as I prepare to close, he says, for in due season. In due season. That means at the right time. At the exact right time. You've heard me teach this many times, but there's a difference in time, due season, due time. There's a difference in season and time in this text and time in other spaces in the New Testament. There are two words, Greek words for time. One is time or season. It is chronos, from which we get the word chronological, right? Things happen in a chronological way. That means that, today is the 21st, tomorrow will be the 22nd. It's chronological, But the season here, the word for time and due season in this text means it's the word kairos, which means that it's a set time. It is a time that God can do whatever he wants when he wants. In other words, it doesn't have to be your turn. You can be next, right? And that in the comments, say, I'm next. I'm next. It may not seem like, it's you're the next one in line, but you're next. Doesn't seem like you're, in line. But I'm next one. And so it means that God can bless you at any time, whenever he wants. So it doesn't have to be that you're the next one lined up. You can be the next one in God's eyes. So in due season, at the right time, watch what it says. At the proper time, we will reap. And here's the key. if we faint not. If we faint not. One of the worst things that can happen is for you to quit right before the breakthrough, to quit right before the next blessing comes, to give up right before that finish line. You've got to run through the tape. You got to keep going. You can't stop. You will not stop. If we faint not, if you just don't quit, you're going to succeed. You're right on the brink. And I want to say this to somebody. You're closer than you think you are. At any moment, everything in your life can change. At any moment, everything in your business can change. At any moment, everything in your ministry can change. The Lord can do what he wants when he wants. And nobody can stop it. So keep going. Be encouraged. Hang in there. If you need to get some rest, get some rest. If you need to take a break, take a break. But don't quit. It's one thing to stop for a minute, to catch your breath, but don't quit. If you need to go on a little sabbatical, to get a little break, to just, God bless you. Have a great rest of your week. Thank you guys so much for just spending a few minutes with me this evening. I want you to be encouraged. I want you to keep going. I want you to hang in there. You're going to make it. You're going to make it in the name of the Lord. I want to encourage you. We got a big interview coming up in the Leaders Lounge. We have special guests. We're going to have Pastor Tammy Haddon from Breathe ATL, wonderful leader, preacher, teacher, thought leader, is going to be with us next week. And I'm excited about the conversation. I'm excited about having her with us. She is a rising star in ministry, and we are grateful to have her being able to come on and have a conversation with us. So that'll be next Thursday, 6:30. Our conversation with Tammy Haddon is going to be in full effect. Those of you here in the LA area, Spirit and Life, make sure you get to church Sunday. All right. Make sure you join us. We are looking forward to God doing some great things for us. So be encouraged. We love you. God bless you. If you missed any of the broadcasts, any of the TNT Leaders Lounge sessions, go to stevehamiltonministries.com and check us out. Subscribe to our YouTube. Subscribe to everything you can, because we're trying to help all of us lead better. God bless you. Have a great night, and we will see you next time in the Leaders Lounge.